Hello YouTube, B3 here back with another kicking action figure review. Today's figure is from the Power Rangers Dino Charge Action Hero series, and it is Vivix, which are kind of like the little henchman dudes that the bad guys throw out. I'm probably going to call him a Paramonster for the rest of the review, just because I don't watch Power Rangers Dino Charge, but I do watch Super Sentai, how do you pronounce it? Kyurager, which is the Japanese version of the same show. But, yeah. So I'll probably call him a Paramonster, but this is Vivix. And it sledges evil foot soldiers, and they can combine to become Vivazords, which I do believe a figure is going to be released of a Vivazord. I saw one at Toy Fair, filming this before, anything else has been heard about it, really. But yeah, I got this guy from Toys R Us, for a pretty decent price, I guess. Because I couldn't find him anywhere, and then I saw him at Toys R Us, and I was like, screw it, it might be a little more expensive, but I'll get it, and now I see it everywhere, so just my luck, right? But yeah, he's pretty cool. He's not the best figure in the line, but he's cool. If I ever see more on clearance, I'll definitely get them, because you can't really have just one, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to army build it, but maybe like 3 of them. I think 3 would be a good amount to have, maybe, but not all 3 for full price, no. I don't like to show that much. But yeah, here he is in all his glory. First we're going to do Articulation. Now, his head moves a little better than I thought it would. He goes down a little bit, and you can kind of move it to the side a nice little bit too, so he's not always facing forward like I thought he might be because of his hair, But up and down on the shoulders, forward and back, and you've got a little elbow bend right there. Articulation on the wrists, no waist joint, whatever. And then forward and back on the legs. Well, not really much back, actually, because of his big old booty, but a good bit forward. And then in and out's really good. Got a knee bend and a swivel at the knee, which is a little weird. I guess they didn't want to interrupt the detail on the leg. But yeah, it can just come off real easily, but it goes on just as easily, so don't worry about that. I did almost lose his leg one time, though. But yeah, no pivot or anything on the feet. That's like, it's so hard to pose these guys, just because of that. But I feel like his articulation might be lacking a little more than some of the others, just because he doesn't have because most of the action hero lines, they have their knee bend and then a swivel lower, which I think works much better than the knee articulation on this guy. But, it's whatever. Also, his hair is kind of a hindrance for his head movement. But detail and paint, there's the insignia of the baddies for all the different emotions that they gather, or that's what they do in the Sentai. Anyways, I actually really like the line work on this guy. Lots of great detail that's all grooved in, and the gray and stuff, it's all really clean, actually. It looks really good. His cuffs look good, nice brown color here. The paint on the face is really clean. It's got really clean paint. And it's all painted on the back, which is impressive because some of these action heroes don't really have painted backs for the most part. So, yeah, I'm starting to become addicted to this line. Really, I'm picking up some of the older Super Mega Force ones. I have several that are still in package, but yeah. I mean, he's really cool. I'm glad I finally have some villains for this line. He looks really nice. I love the sculpt on his hair and everything. But yeah, now we get some size comparisons. Now here's Vivix with some other action heroes we got right here. Here on the left we have, what's his name, Villain Fury? I believe it's Dogold in the Sentai, but it's Fury in this show, for Dino Thunder, the American one. And, I think they scale fine. He's just not as bulky as this guy, which is good. And I think he scales well with Titanium Ranger over here too. And, if he's scaling well with Titanium Ranger, he's going to scale well with your other Dino Rangers. I don't really have them available right now, I guess is the best word for it, because they're going to be in other reviews, just, Titanium Ranger was the one I had on hand for this review. And they're all really about the same size. So, yeah, he's going to scale up well with your action hero Rangers, and it seems like your villains too, so he scales great with his own line. Now, just for kicks, I'm going to compare it to some Kamen Riders, and the Kamen Riders I've been real big into recently are the Forns. So, here on the left, we have the Forns Module Change Series Kamen Rider Meteor, and on the right, the SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Forns Rocket States. And, he's obviously not really going to scale up well with them. And, I'm just I'm just going to say he doesn't really scale up well with anything other than his own line. He doesn't scale up well with the Super Mega Force. Well, he does scale up well with Super Mega Force. Regular Mega Force, that's what I meant. Just Power Rangers Mega Force line is too small for him. But then again, you know, those big armored heroes that are like 8 inches tall, they're too big for him. And older Power Ranger figures and stuff are also big for him because they're about the same size as figure arts for the most part. And as you can see, figure arts are too big. So he's really only going to scale up with the Super Mega Force figures, Dino Charge figures, and maybe other figures that come after Dino Charge if they decide to continue, you know, the Action Hero line, which I think would be good. I mean, sometimes I do wish they were bigger because I would like them to scale up well with my figure arts. But, you know, I think they're just nice, cheap little figures for kids because, you know, with 6-inch Power Rangers, you know, that's a lot of money. I mean, you can get each of these guys for about $10, these Action Heroes. But, I mean, even that racks up. If they were 6-inch, they'd be closer to 20, you know? And then it's like, whoa, hey, the cash is racking up. Am I right? It's like just the Ranger team would be like $100. And then, you know, 2 villains, that's even more. And then you can get the Megazord, which I'll show you right now, which doesn't scale with him, obviously. You would want a, what are they called? Vivizords? Yeah, you'd want a Vivizord, which I believe they're releasing. Pretty sure they're releasing that and the Gold Ranger Zord. But, you know, he's just really going to scale up well with the Rangers and villains in his own line. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Power Rangers Dino Charge Vivix from the Action Hero line? Well, it's pretty cool. You know, these are just nice little cheap toys for kids. I kind of have to grade it differently than I would like a figure art or something. Because once again, you know, these aren't adult collectibles. I can't expect them to stand up to the standards, you know, of adult collectibles. Like, if I start comparing these guys to SH Figure Arts, then I'm going to hate this figure. But, you know, if I look at him for what he is, he's actually not bad. You know, I think he's one of the weaker figures in the wave because of how they altered the articulation on his legs a little. It's just the turning isn't very efficient. It kind of pushes it out of the joint, you know? So if you have one turned and the other not turned, one leg's going to be a little longer, and that's just going to create more posing problems. I think his detail and paint is better than lots of the figures in this line. You know, for Dino Charge anyways, because lots of the Rangers aren't painted on the back. But, you know, this guy is painted fully on his back, which is really, really nice because, you know, Villain Fury is not. Even though I love the Villain Fury figure, I actually really, really like Villain Fury. But, you know, this guy, weaker figure in the line so far, but still pretty cool. I wish he would have come with his weapon, because I'm going to show you here. They do have like a little weapon. And I feel like it wouldn't have been too much trouble to include that, because every single other figure in this line has a weapon. You see each Ranger here, weapons, 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 bad guy, weapon, Vivix, no weapon, Megazord, weapon, huh? Yes, I do have all those and we'll be reviewing them, so you don't have to ask. But, yeah, I feel like they should have included his weapon, maybe giving him the same articulation as the Rangers on his legs, maybe. But, all in all, I'm going to give this guy 3 out of 5 stars. Once again, he is probably the weaker character in the wave, just because of that leg articulation. Kind of like how Pink Ranger can't articulate her legs because of her skirt. But he's still very cool, and I'm still very happy to have him in my collection. And as I said, if I see someone sale or something, I'm going to pick up another one. Just so I can have, you know, multiples for my guys to fight. I think that'll look nice in a display. Or just have multiples of them around Villain Fury. So yeah. That's it, you guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Links to Facebook, Twitter, follow you back on Twitter, and all that jazz. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you all later.